As our planet hurtles into an era of unprecedented growth, the strain on our essential global resources is hitting a tipping point. Picture this: a world where the thirst for potable water, the hunger for fertile land, the breath of our forests, and the bounty of our fisheries are stretched to their limits. More people mean more resource consumption and, unfortunately, more waste, a concept you don't need a PhD to grasp. Our human head count, a whopping 7.9 billion, and brace yourself, it's not slowing down. The burning question: how many will be navigating this blue planet at peak human population? 9 billion? 10 billion? 100 billion? If your guess falls between 9.7 and 10.9 billion, give yourself a virtual high five. Estimates for Earth's peak population vary wildly. The United Nations boldly predicts 10.9 billion souls, while the Lancet suggests a closer 9.7 billion. So, let's simplify amidst the numbers. Peak at a jaw-dropping 10 billion. Now, the challenge: when will this happen again? Guessing varies by decades, spanning 2060 to 2100. Let's leap to the middle ground. 2080, the year we're predicted to hit peak human population. The thrilling countdown begins. Now, brace yourself for the hardest question. What happens at peak human population? Is there enough space, food, and water for us all? The consequences are colossal, and what I uncovered is spine-chilling. The revelation? The biggest problem in population size could send shivers down your spine. But before we delve into that, let's tackle the pressing issue of whether our planet has enough room. Earth's land surface area spans 57.3 million square miles. Subtracting inhospitable stretches leaves 32.6 million square miles, or 15.77 billion acres of habitable land. Divide by 10 billion, and you get 1.5 acres per person. Sounds spacious, right? But hold that thought. We haven't factored in amenities like highways, schools, hospitals, and agriculture fields. Maybe 1.5 acres is optimistic, but there should still be enough space for us. So, space isn't the problem after all. Get ready for the next revelation in this roller coaster of population dynamics. Let's dive into the food situation. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we're already producing over 1.5 times the amount of food needed for our current population. In other words, we have a surplus buffet, ready to feed a whopping 10 billion people. So, if space isn't the issue, and food is in abundance, what's the looming dark cloud over our peak population horizon? Stick around for an answer that might send shivers down your spine. Unfortunately, neither the study nor conventional wisdom addresses the real cause of hunger: poverty and inequality, not scarcity. While we currently have plenty of food, there's trouble if we all adopt the consumption habits of an average American. An average middle-class American consumes 3.3 times the subsistence level of food and almost 250 times the subsistence level of clean water. If everyone lived like a middle-class American, the planet's carrying capacity would plummet to around 2 billion people. Now, water. Fresh water, crucial for humanity, is a tiny fraction of our planet's water. Even with nearly 70% of Earth covered by water, only 2.5% is fresh, while the rest is saline. Only 1% of our fresh water is easily accessible, with much locked in glaciers. A mere 0.007% of the planet's water is available for the future 10 billion people. While freshwater's total amount remains constant, the population has soared. Each passing year intensifies competition for a clean, abundant water supply. Nonetheless, there should still be enough for everyone. Let's dive into resources. To sustain our needs, we must discover new ones, especially those rich in critical commodities. The journey to secure our future is packed with challenges and surprises. Buckle up as we navigate uncharted territories of resource exploration. Now, metals and hydrocarbons, the backbone of our modern world. Extraction in recent decades has become trickier, with current mines facing lower concentrations of metals and minerals. Hydrocarbons are sourced from more complex rocks, and tapping into deeper aquifers for water requires more energy, disturbs more land, and costs more per unit of production. But fear not, The quest for new high-quality deposits can turn the tide, boosting extraction efficiency. Unearthing these treasures isn't easy, but history shows potential for more discoveries, especially at the mother lodes. Despite a rapid surge in resource use, industries have kept up with demand. As long as there's economic incentive to find new deposits, we'll continue unearthing them. The dance between supply and demand goes on, showcasing our ability to adapt and meet the needs of a growing world. The beat continues. We've ruled out land, water, food, and resources as concerns for peak human population, seemingly leaving us worry-free. However, the scientific consensus on Earth's carrying capacity varies wildly, with estimates ranging from 500 million to over 1 trillion people. The debate has persisted for centuries, causing colossal variability. While Earth can likely sustain a significant population, the uncertainty persists. Hitting peak population isn't the primary concern. It's the aftermath that takes a thought-provoking and ominous turn. As we explore the unknown, the future of our species hangs in the balance. The stakes are higher than ever. After reaching peak human population at 10 billion, it's set to decline. A challenge humanity must overcome. While overpopulation strains resources, causes conflicts, and leads to water shortages, population shrinkage presents potentially worse issues. This isn't a distant scenario. It's already happening in rich countries where fertility rates linger below the replacement level. But it's not exclusive to wealthy nations. The domino effect is global. The consequences are profound, touching every aspect of society. Buckle up for a roller coaster into unforeseen challenges as global population dynamics take an unexpected twist. The drama unfolds, and the stakes have never been higher. Countries across the world, including middle-income nations, are facing a fertility decline below the replacement threshold. From Iran to Thailand and Brazil, this trend extends globally, with more extreme examples such as South Korea, where the fertility rate plummeted to a mere 0.98 last year, and in the U.S., hitting an all-time low of 1.73 births per woman. According to the latest World Population Prospects from the UN, 27 countries have fewer people now than they did in 2010, and it predicts that 55 nations, including China, will experience declines between now and 2050. So, what are the consequences of this demographic shift? Well, some economic repercussions are quite evident. Fewer people mean less production and consumption, translating to slower economic growth or, more likely, an economic recession.